Morning all, it's Maureen here, Stitch Mac, and we are back. It's the middle of June. The World Cup is upon us. It started last night. I should realise it was starting last night. I'd actually kind of forgotten when about it was actually starting because obviously I live in Scotland. We're very excited in Scotland that Scotland are playing in the World Cup, and it was like I'd completely forgotten that there were other teams playing in the World Cup and that there was other stuff going on. So anyway, it started last night. And as you will know, if any of you watch me, I quite like doing my little World Cup challenge. So, I'll speak about that. Yeah, I will quickly tell you about that just now because I'm not going to show anything about that just now. So, for the World Cup, there are 48 teams this time round. So, I have a WIP for every team. And what I like to do is stitch a certain amount of stitches per round, eliminating each round. So you're left with essentially in two WIPs, a final and then a winner. To give myself, to make it easier for me, I wanted to do 100 stitches for each country. So from the beginning of the year, I have gradually been stitching on all 48 pieces, 100 stitches on all 48 pieces. I finally finished that up a couple of weeks ago. Some of them have been new starts because I realised I didn't actually have 40, or some of them I was like, I don't want to stitch this anymore, it's getting chucked in the bin. So that's been quite good fun doing that over the last few months, and it's, yeah, I've been enjoying that. So from here on in, that 48, after the group stage, will go down to 32. So in the group stage, it's 12 groups of 4. The top 2 go through, and then however many's left, the best of the rest then go through to 32. Again, I'm going to stitch 100 stitches for each of those 32 that go through to the next round. This is where it gets fun though, because the group stages take like 2 or 3 weeks, so you've got plenty of time. But then it goes down to simple knockouts, where it's like one game and you're out. There's not that much time between all those games, because obviously they're all playing simultaneously around the countries they're playing in. So yeah, that's when it starts getting fun, because I'm like, okay, I've got 32 WIPs to stitch on in like 3 days. But we'll worry about that nearer the time. I'm hoping actually that the way the groups work, that essentially I should be able to predict what countries are going to go through. Essentially, if they win like their first two, any countries that have won like their first 2 games are pretty much guaranteed they're going to go through to the next round, so I can start. They're all playing their first games this week. I was looking at this last night, and I think from the 19th onwards, that's when they start playing their second matches. So from then, I can start, hopefully starting to whittle down. And when it comes to showing stuff, what I'm going to do is I'll show the eliminated teams. So once I know who's out, I'll show you the stitch and the WIPs that I'd used for that country. Because I ain't showing you 48 WIPs again. I think in one of my WIP page, you'll probably see most of them, but to be fair, yeah, there's been a couple of new starts and that, so I thought it'd be easier to show the eliminated countries rather than going through them all. So come middle of June, I'll hopefully start doing that. But this is a little recap of what I worked on in May and probably April as well, I think. But I'm going to start. I've got a finish. Well, actually 2 finishes. So I'm going to start with my big finish. No, actually, I'm going to start with my little finish because it's sitting right here. So this was, I can't remember if I've shown it or not before, because I finished this maybe a few weeks ago. This is a country house set. This is a French country house. It was by Maris. I think it was a blog from back in the day. There were freebies. I had them for years. So I've done a few of them. It's obviously June. So I finished stitching it a few weeks ago. This is a random bit of fabric, and I just used whatever, it's a selection of hand-dyed fabric, hand-dyed cloth and DMC, etc. Essentially, just as kind of close a match as I can, and then I just glued it all together. Window web and glued it all in the back of the cereal box. So that's been up for June. So I was quite pleased with that. Then my next finish, which I'm super pleased about, because this got started again. These are stuff that I started like years ago. So this got finished a few weeks ago. Courtesy of, oh god, well, it doesn't matter where I show you up, it's all the same. This is, let's see if I can show you this. Sorry, it's a bit crazy because I've just shoved it in a bag. I think the Bramble and the Rose by Ink Circles. Now, I started this back in the day when the Gift of Stitching was like running. Obviously, the Gift of Stitching was a digital magazine, and I started this back in like 2008, 2009 when it was actually like up and running, like being produced monthly. You can now buy the whole back issues. I've now got all the back issues of the Gift of Stitching. I highly recommend it. It's got some lovely stuff in there. Like, so you just pay for the whole back catalogue now, and there is. I found another Ink Circles one that's kind of a matching one with this. But I started this, so let me just show you. This is stitched with Carrie's Creations and a thread, which is Island Breeze, I think. But my thing with it was, as I know some people find it's the variegated floss is nice, but it can drown out a pattern, and that was what I found with this. I found it started to drown out the intricacies of the pattern, so I kind of got a bit fed up with it. Also, it appears I can't count. See, actually having to do count across with something like this, I'm used to doing full coverage and stuff like that, where if you make a mistake, you just make it up as you go along. This all has to match up. It's all squiggles and, lines, and this all has to match up. If it don't match up, it ain't working. So I think I probably stitched this twice, the amount of frog and I ended up doing, but it is absolutely gorgeous. This is just a piece of white fabric. It's probably 20 count 32. I have absolutely no idea. It's a long, long time ago. But it'd been kicking around for ages, just the bottom bit of it. And when I was chatting with some friends sorry, I'm really thirsty. Chatted with some friends the other week. They were doing just the end of April. They were doing the Strand Day, and I was like, oh, I'm going to jump on that. I have the perfect project for it. This really does it lended itself perfectly to just doing a Strand Day. Because that's about as much as I could do without chucking it across the room. So I literally had like one page left to do, and I sat and I did one Strand a day, and it finished it, and I'm so buzzing. And it's now got put away in the bag of other stuff that gets finished and will never get looked at again. But yeah, I just don't. The other thing with it, I'm not really sure what to do with it now. I was thinking maybe putting it into like a big beach bag or something like that. That's a project for another day. Or maybe just fill it and see if I ever get fabric. So I'll add that to the collection of stuff that needs to get done. So that was another finish. Good God. Other than that, so yeah, that kind of got me into it. So I was stitching quite a lot on that. I've now started another Strand Day piece, which is a baby sampler I'm doing for my daughter's friend's second baby. So I'm working on that because again, it's something I like it. I like the cut. It's a nice little pattern, but it's not for me. It's not for me. So it's something that will get it done. The Strand Day is great because it's just like, right, okay, I'll just do a Strand Day and then put it away, and then gradually it gets done. I don't find it as much fun for me. So that was that. Now back in, so again in April, yes, I had finished my sunset one. So I hadn't been working on my focus piece. So at the end of April and through May, I have been working back on my lovely cartographica. So I'm not taking it out because it's a pain in the backside to get in. So I have now started working on my gorgeous little cartographica. So I think I have managed, so let me just quick look at my figures. I think I did 1,000 stitches in April, I did 2,000 in May, and I'm working on another 1,000 now. So yeah, I have started doing. So this is Cartographica by Tilton Crafts, and it's stitched on some random brown fabric, 2/110 stitch. So I have been working. We started over here. We started over in Africa. We've come over to the Middle East. This is Saudi Arabia, I think. Is that? Yeah. That's where we're here. So I started doing that, and then we're back over here to the China Seas. So then I was like, okay, I'm getting a bit bored of all this. This is quite, confetti heavy around here. So we were back over here. So eventually I'm just gonna like meet in the middle, so that it's completely like in the middle, and then I don't know where I'll go. Maybe go down a bit. But yeah, so I've added another 3,000 stitches into this. My goal, obviously, every year, my plan had been to do 10% every year to get it kind of keep it going. Yeah, that's 36,000 stitches a year. So far, we're not really anywhere near that target. But probably once the World Cup's over, I'm only gonna have it and my F1 stitching to do. So yeah, we'll make a wee chunk of it. I just love it anyway. And so I've changed a nerd hoop. I get very influenced by people. My stitch friends are bad. And I was like, I had a little go at theirs, and I'm really enjoying it because it's obviously this is a big piece, and I don't do stands or nothing like that. I'm a stitching hand. I stitch, just on my lap and that. So this is really much lighter. So I'm enjoying that. So where am I gonna go next? I think I'm just because it was these threads are annoying me at the moment, so I'm working these in, and then bring that down. Excuse me, sorry. Excuse me, the delights of hay fever. I need to get some decent hay fever tablets. I've taken hay fever tablets and it's not even touching the sides. These I don't know where. These are pretty good. Yeah, so I'll do a little bit more on that. So that's cartographica. Okay, so now I'm going to show some of the ones I've been stitching on for my Formula 1. Sorry, I do apologize. I'm sneezing and sniffling away here. I'll need to find some other hay fever tablets. I really find it worse when it's damp. Thank God, it's been damp here. Cold and damp. It's June apparently. It's the weather missed a memo. It's June. It's not February, it's June. And yeah, the damp, I like wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning and have 5 sneezes and then go back to sleep. So I'm rambling now. Right. I'm just grabbing whatever's here. What is this? Mirabilia Stone Roses. So if anyone hasn't already watched me or knows this, so this is my Formula 1 stitching. So Formula 1, there are 22 drivers, 22 cars, 22 drivers. Again, I have a WIP for each driver. And I stitches according to their points. So the winner gets 25 points. Winner gets 25 points. Therefore, double it up, 250, what time sends it, 250 stitches for the winner, and so on. So each race has 10 places. So this has proved to be a lot more manageable. Last year I stitched on all the pieces and it took me a while. This time I'm stitching just on those 10. So some of the pieces that got chosen haven't had any stitches yet. So this here is Stone Roses, Mirabilia. It's an old one. This is stitched on some purple sparkly thread. So I'm just trying to look at my chart. So in May, I added 280 stitches. And this will come back out again this week, so I think I've still got some stitches to do. So we're down. So we're down, kind of. I love this. It's so because it's so narrow. You feel like making progress. So yeah, so we down. We're down. We're down into here. And this is stitched with all the called for stuff except the fancy flosses because I just used a couple of random ones and we're using the called for ones. But yeah, look how cool that is. And again, this was just one that was just I haven't been doing very much on this. So this Stone Roses is George Russell for Mercedes. And they've been doing okay. They've been doing okay. They had a good couple of weeks. So we're just up to, I think I've still got, sorry, quick look at that, what have I got to do for our George? We've got, oh, I say, all right, no, he hasn't had a very, the last couple of, no, it's not been very good. He's only got another 80 stitches to do. So this, I must have taken this out in anticipation. In anticipation of doing better than I thought. You know, I only got to 8 stitches. The way I'm kind of doing is once I accumulate more than like a couple of hundred stitches, I'll work on that piece. Rather than working more, because some of them only got 10, 20 stitches. This here is another Mirabella, Venetian Opulence. And this is a Lewis Hamilton. And he's been doing alright with our Lewis this year. So he has had, oh, Venetian, 124 stitches were added in April. So possibly I have shown this before. Recently, yeah. So again, we're up working in the top. Again, this is Sparkly's fabric. Yeah, I think this is kind of as far as I think I'll just work across over into here. I've got like 500 stitches. I think I've got 480, 500 stitches to bring our Venetian Opulence up to speed. So that'll be getting worked on in the next few days. Because what I'll do is try and get my F1 stitching done in the next week or so before the World Cup for me really kicks in. So yeah, that one will stay out. George Porgy, you're going away. Don't need you just now. See how you do this weekend. Then this here. Oh, that's because I'm working on this. This is the Old Band Sampler by Ivy Housecrafter. And we're working on this. I'm working on this one just now. Now, this had, since last out, it's had 550 stitches added to it. And I'm about to do another 560 stitches. Because this here is Kimi Antonelli. So this is getting a lot of stitches this year. If you watch Formula 1, you'll know. It's another Mercedes driver. He's doing quite well. He's about 12. Doing very well. So yeah, I'm just working my way through it. So I'm like, I actually put this into Pattern Keeper so I use a paper pattern for it because it's dead easy to use paper pattern, but then I can go into Pattern Keeper and colour it in. My husband's always saying, good that you're doing your colouring in now. On Pattern Keeper to work out percentages, you know, or stitches. So I'm actually at like 21%. So I think I did 100 and something last night, so I've got about another 400 to do. So I completed, this is another page, and then this is, so I'm just completing this page. So yeah, about another 400 stitches to do. You never know the way he's going. Maybe we'll get this row done. Maybe we're gonna get good. We're gonna get quite a way along in these pages, because I think that was 1, 2, 3 pages, 4, 5, 6. Maybe we're heading towards page 6, which would be good. I've had this for years again. And this is stitched with, sorry. See if I can get a kind of decent colour with that. Oh, that looks quite good. This is a Colourworks, a variegated thread. Love it, because it's, as you'll see, it is variegated. It's kind of a grey and a burgundy, but it's not too much. It's not too, you know, when it's coming out, it's got nice shading in it, but not, doesn't overwhelm the pattern. I found it. So it's another 400 stitches to do, so that's getting worked on just now. Okay, so another one I worked on was my Tags Island. It's a painting that I just converted myself. And I did 200 and I've added 260 stitches since last seen. I'm just working down in this corner and it just doesn't seem to matter how many stitches I do. It just doesn't seem to grow. So I've just been filling in because I had a few kind of wee spots there. I think I was just filling in down around the bottom. Yeah, this just doesn't seem to matter how many stitches I add to this. It just doesn't want to grow. But that is, do I need to do it? I'm just going to cut. It's quite because I can actually just keep this out then. Tags Island, let's see. Oh no, he's not on a great day. He's not. No, I've kind of caught up with. I've only got 70 stitches. No, sorry, Lando. You don't need to come out to play. Then now, which one is this? Oh, that's my poppies. Sorry, I'm gonna go through. This is my Whippy Cat poppies. And I'm sorry, I'm just trying to find a picture to show you. Yep. Right, this my Whippy Cat on Etsy. Sorry, it's finishing. And this was I added, so this is for Piastri. I've got 160 I need to do for him, but this may then come out the next week or so. I added 230 stitches because we've got another, there's a Grand Prix on Sunday. Yeah, we're on Friday, Sunday, so not been too good the last few weeks then. So I'm just filling in up around here because it's a lot of green. Oh my god, it's such a mess. I actually would like to just rip all this out and start again, but I'm just gonna have to bear with it because it just looks me. But when you're looking at it from far away, it's fine. So I'm just gonna try and work down through there again. A little piece of ease count. So I'll keep. So those two were worked on. And then what else? Lavender Fields. Lavender Fields. This is just Heaven and Earth. This is just a Heaven and Earth piece. I think it's just like a generic kind of Heaven and Earth one. Sorry, this one's actually. So this is for Charles Leclerc, who is a Monegasque driver. So Lavender Fields, Provence, and all that. Are trying, match them up. So I have done 410 in May. No, you wouldn't know because I'm just filling in across the top. Yeah, just filling in. So we're getting lots of sky, lots of fields in this. And I think I've got Charles Classic. Let's see. You're gonna. No, I think I'm bang up to date. Yeah, I'm up to date. That's with our Charlie boy. And then I think the only other piece is my mini museum shelf. Not mini, quick stitch. I'm doing the quick stitch museum shelf, Amy Stewart, you know the one. I'm just doing the top. I'm just doing the top row. So I had museum shelf, 350 stitches. This represents Max Verstappen. So I'm up to date with him because unfortunately he didn't have the greatest start to the last Grand Prix, which actually just did the turn. So yes, I'm kind of up to date, and I've just been going filling in this lovely border. With most of these, I just kind of grab them and grab a thread if I've got threads sitting by me. And that's one which, but I'm starting to start kitting them up now. I've moved over onto these my lovely little pieces here, gift cards, and adding that. So as I'm kind of working on them all, I'm kind of kitting them up. So when I'm grabbing them, I've got everything there, and I can just go grab, stitch, go. No fanning about. So I've just been filling in the kind of the missing pieces to work along the border, and then I think I added like some more. There was some random part threads, so we kind of just moved down. Yeah. Okay, feel like I've been stitching on it for ages and not got very far. So let me see. Right, cartographica, lavender fields, stone roses. Yeah, that's it. Yes, that's pretty. Obviously, I have stitched. In June, I have stitched. I had actually, yeah, I stitched some. I've had a couple of new starts. I mean, they're not very exciting, so. And but like I say, I'll show them once the World Cup's up and running for me. I'll start. They'll all get showing with whatever stitches they got. I don't know. Most of them will only be 100 stitches. Some of them, because that was the thing I was stitching. I'm going, oh, I might not see this one again because if they don't make it through the first round, they won't be back out. So perfect, right? So I am now up to date with what. Sorry, crinkling. I'm now up to date with now what I've done in May, and so that's good. So I think now I can start. I've been trying to film this for ages, and I just never get around to it. It's like every time I'm like, okay, let's get it done. Be more consistent. So I'll do this, and then hopefully I'll be back. I'm hoping in June maybe I'll kind of do more of a kind of vloggy thing. Maybe that, instead of me having to find a specific chunk of time and find all the stuff, just film it as I go. Show it all together. We'll see. Sorry, apologies. Sniffling and snuffling. Right, I'm going to go now because I need more coffee, and then I'm going to go to work. And then we are... I'm off. I've got a wee extra day off on Monday. Me bank holiday because Scotland got through to World Cup. It's actually embarrassing, but I'll take it. Right. Bye, folks. I will catch up with you sometime in June, in the end of June, maybe the end of June. Aim for the end of June. We'll see where we're at by then. That sounds about right. Okay. Right. Take care, folks. Bye for just now.